don't want to be a dominant man. When I first met Sheena, I was ironically enough in a phase where I had just finished taking a course on how to become a dominant man, and there's a whole story about that which I want to tell you, um, because it's kind of funny in a way. So the previous relationship I was in, I was with a woman where the dynamic was she actually had been a submissive woman, but we got into the relationship and she quickly realized that there were some submissive tendencies on my part. But the way she went about handling it is that she made assumptions about what I wanted without actually having a clear conversation. And that relationship ended up being really dysfunctional. And part of the dysfunction was that she said to me, she's like, "You don't have it in you to dominate me." Well, that kind of was a challenge right there. I'm like, okay. So I ended up taking this course on how to become a dominant man. And that course helped me to break up with that person, because as I was working through it, it kind of led me to see, okay, like here's the things where I'm people pleasing, I'm being a nice guy. I ended up breaking up with her, realized it wasn't a good fit. And I kept taking this course and going through it and exploring it. But again, some part of it didn't feel right. So I met Sheena, we started talking and getting to know each other. And she actually lives in Canada. I live in the US. So we were doing a lot of voice notes and Zoom sessions. So we had a lot of conversation, and I think that helped out a lot. But what ended up happening is that as we talked and discussed about what our respective wants and desires were, it became very clear to me. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to be a dominant man. This isn't the right fit. I'm glad I took the course. It taught me a lot about what I wanted, but it wasn't the right fit. And so I just said to her, like, look, what I'm really wanting is this. I'm wanting submission. And so we talked about it and explored it. And she had some experiences around it anyway, so she was very open to it. And we just continued to gradually move the relationship in that direction. And then when we met for the first time in person, it just very easily fell into that dynamic from there, because we had already talked about it and we knew what both of us wanted. And it's continued to unfold from there. But what this also helped me, this whole experience helped me realize again, is like how there is a lot of messaging around men being a certain way, but there's not a space for men like me who are like, hey, this, like I agree with a lot of men's work and it's really healthy, but there's an area here that's not being addressed. And that's, for submissive men who want to surrender.